welcome to 2K Sports. You're watching the NBA. Friday Hoops Fest coming up next. It'll be LeBron James and the Miami Heat facing off against the Indiana Pacers. And now it's off to Indianapolis we go for the call by Kevin Harlan alongside analyst Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg.
You can taste the excitement here in Indianapolis. It's the Miami Heat facing the Indiana Pacers. Good morning, everyone, and TGIF to you and yours. We've got the NBA coming at you here on 2K Sports. So the opening lineup for the Heat presented by State Farm. LeBron James is out there with Chris Bosh. Then there's Dwayne Wade. Then it's Allen, and it's Battier in at the 3 spot. And for the Pacers, we've got West, and Stevenson is out there with Green. Then it's Paul George, and it's Hibbert in at the center, filling out the middle. Now, here is George, following the shot by Ray Allen.
Well, I tell you what, the Heat breezed through round 1 of the playoffs, knocking off the Sixers in 5 games, but their true test, as everyone knew, would be against the Celtics in round 2. They came out strong early in that series and got it done.
Wade outside. And the layup is good.
You know, Kevin, they were a step late on their defensive rotation, and that helped them get right to the rim.
Well, back to the Heat, they said, and he flushes it through. Sprite slam cam with the replay.
Well, he's got enough hang time there to put a little something extra on that one. 2 scoops of ice cream after that.
Well, that's a play that's going to be remembered from this game, that's for sure.
I think that was more like a banana split, Clark. Well, the Pacers handled themselves pretty well against the Eastern Conference last season, 28 and 24. And they seem to be a team on the rise. They've got a lot of young talent. And having made the playoffs last season, they're hoping for more this year.
Mike Miller's checked in for Shane Battier. And for the Pacers last season, finishing 4 games under 500, but they are an ascending ball club as they made the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, they're building it the right way, too. Larry Bird and David Morway putting some pieces together. A nice core group of young, hard-working, talented players. Now you just put some salary cap room there. Perhaps you can add a piece or 2 to elevate your talent base and your experience level. Being patient, not taking shortcuts. They're headed in the right direction.
Good place to play.
Yeah.
Gotta love the low post offense. That was beautiful.
Nice job at the line, and that one falls to pick up the and 1.
Well, you look at this Pacers roster, a nice young blend of talent and size and versatility. They had the flexibility this past summer to add some other nice players. So this team seems to be on the rise. Well, he saw that kick out coming and really anticipated the play before it happened. That was good awareness, fouling and avoiding giving up an easy dunk.
Well, I think that's just good, smart basketball. Make him earn his points at the line.
And you know, as Steve was just saying about the youth and options for this Indiana team, we were already able to see some of that impact in last year's playoffs.
And that was so important, Kevin, for the team to get to the playoffs, to be able to show the fans that passion and hard work and competitive spirit and promise of the young players. And I think for the fans, it was a case of everybody starting to see that there's new hope in store for the Indiana Pacers going forward.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Well, all these missed shots is a definite concern. I like this timeout. I really do. Settle everybody down and try to refocus them on the game plan and execution.
LeBron outside. They need this. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And LeBron's numbers last season really slipped in the early part of the year as he tried to adapt to his new teammates and his new surroundings. But as the season went on, he became more and more effective. And that was one of the reasons he ended up with a career high in field goal percentage, right around 51% from the floor.
Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for Miami. Outside, Green. Back to Hibbert. Stolen by Bosh.
Good defense there. He was just waiting for that one.
James. Now, here's Green, and it's Miller picking him up. Here's George, and again it's Indiana converting. Going back to what Steve was talking about with LeBron, if he's being more efficient, Clark, with the ball, I don't think he is too concerned with his numbers, with his totals.
Kevin, that's one of the beauties of LeBron James's game. To me, he's interested in playing the game of basketball at the highest level. What that means, giving it to another player who's open, he's fine with that. If that means taking shots, he's fine with that. I love the fact that he's comfortable in who he is and he's not worried about what other people think he should be doing.
And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. And some changes here for the Heat. Chris Anderson is checked in for Bosch. Mattier comes in for Mike Miller. And it's Allen in for Dwayne Wade.
And how about the hit that LeBron's image took last summer when he decided to sign with Miami? He was known as such a good guy, and all of a sudden he became a bit of a villain around the league once he decided to leave Cleveland and sign with the Heat.
The shot by George, no good.
Yeah, he struggled with his shot this quarter, and he's got to find a groove somehow. Just a total lack of focus, was not paying attention to where he was.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. Thinking back to what you said about LeBron, Clark, I think over time he did enjoy being the villain in the NBA.
Well, I think that speaks to his competitive spirits, Kevin, when you think about him embracing that role. It wasn't comfortable for him, but he understood that was something he was going to have to deal with. And again, I think it speaks to his brilliance and his maturity that he handled it the way he did.
George dishes to Stevenson. Down goes the slam.
You know, I'm not big on fancy. Hey, if you can make it happen, make it happen. Effective is what's important.
Doesn't matter how you get the points, right, Clark?
That's right.
As long as you get them, Steve.
Yep. Put them in the hole. 2-2-2.
Yeah, exactly right. Just get it done.
It's stolen by Allen. The Heat trail by 5. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Looked like he hit him on the release of that shot, so good call by the official.
Very easy one there. It sends him to the line for a pair of free throws.
And the Heat with some changes. Wash comes in for Chris Anderson. And it's Haslam in for LeBron. Here's Green. He has 6. Defended. Oh!
Well, he took that one to the rack with some purpose.
I'll say beautiful dunk there, Steve.
Yeah, how about the agility? Just the power and the skill. Impressive.
Now Green defending. And Chalmers kicks to Bosch. And the pass to Haslam. Lets it go from deep. And yes, sir, that one drops. Battier's got 5. Here's Green. He's got 8. 17 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Ring shot on the way. And it's Haslam with the rebound. And they're running. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Green. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. Miami trailing.
You know, you take a look at the makeup of the Heat and the offensive numbers last year. Not a ton of assists, but a lot of free throw attempts. FTAs, we call them. Seemed like they just played to their strengths, and a lot of that was isolating their star player.
Green is out there with Lance Stevenson. Then it's Paul George. Then it's West. And it's Hibbert in at the 5 down low. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Pacers. Clark, you mentioned that stat about the Heat. Steve, surprising they didn't have more assists.
Well, they didn't have a true point guard running things. Mike Bibby was more of a jump shooter, same with Chalmers. But I think a lot of it is that they play very isolation-heavy basketball, as Clark mentioned.
Here's LeBron. He's got 6. Oh. And the jam by LeBron. Brought to you by Sprite, the Sprite Slam Cam on the replay.
How's that for finishing with flavor?
Absolutely fantastic.
I think he was saving that one for a special occasion.
And here is Green. He's got 10. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Green's got 4 this quarter.
Boy, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yeah, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket.
The baseline J. And again, LeBron James. LeBron's now got 10.
Seems to be getting better as this game goes on.
Here's Green. He's got 12. Now George. Oh! Rips down the windmill jam.
You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him.
And here are the Heat now. Trailing by 2. LeBron outside. He passes to Battier. LeBron defended by George. George against LeBron.
Well, the Pacers historically have always been tough on their home court, and last season was no different. 24-17 in Indianapolis. One of the reasons the Pacers made the playoffs.
And some changes here for the Heat. Mike Miller's checked in for Battier. And it's Chalmers in for Ray Allen. Indiana leading. Green, the pass to Stevenson. It's stolen by Wade. Here's the break. Stolen by George. And they're on the break. Pull-up jumper. And there are the Pacers with another bucket. Here's LeBron. He's got 11. Well, Clark, you know all about this Indiana team being in their front office. Dead last in attendance last season, averaging just a little over 13,000 fans. But the team gave the diehard fans something to care about with the playoff experience.
Yeah, they certainly did, and hopefully that'll catapult more fans into coming back to Conseco. In 2001, the team averaged almost 18,000 fans. If the team gets back to contention, you know Indiana loves basketball, and those fans will be back.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
You know, Wade's kind of started out last year, Kevin, in the playoffs rather slowly. But I tell you what, he woke up in a hurry after the first few games.
Yeah, Clark, going back to Wade, he didn't top 20 points until the 3rd game of that Philly series against Doug Collins and the 76ers, but Steve then exploded and never looked back.
Yeah, well, then he was kept under wraps fairly well in the Chicago series, but then against Dallas, he put in several games where he just exploded. So For Wade, always capable of having a big night.
Well, he's showing off his defensive instincts by making plays just like that.
And the basket by West. Here's Wade. 6 points for him. LeBron outside. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Heads-up play, preventing the easy lay-in.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, he saw it was a free layup, didn't want to give that up, so he fouled him to force free throws.
Chris Anderson is checked in for Miami. Battier comes in for Mike Miller.
It's been a solid outing for LeBron. He has 12 points, and he's also been solid at the foul line. 4 points for him from there.
Yeah, nice job there. You can't let those opportunities at the line slip away, and he's converted his.
Now Green defending. Wade outside. Shot clock at 6. The 3 from LeBron. The Pacers pull it in. West has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And the Pacers call time here. And a change here for the Pacers. Hill's checked in. So here is West. Stevenson, and it's sent back by Anderson.
And a chance to go for the 2-for-1.
Well, we'll see if they can do that.
Here's LeBron. David West grabs the miss. West has got 4 rebounds in this game. And stolen by LeBron.
Well, that was a serious heave there. You can't blame him too much for not being able to corral it in.
Battier dishes to LeBron. Gets the bucket. LeBron's now got 14.
What an incredible quarter he's having. He's unstoppable right now.
Hill kicks it to West. Working on Anderson. West passes to George. Shot from the wing. And he hits the jump shot. George has got 4 points this quarter.
We see very few mistakes from him at that end of the floor.
Down low. It's tipped. And they're pushing it up. For the finish. Rips down the breakaway slam. Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
I think both teams feel like they can win. They both have confidence. So we'll see which team.
It's the HP halftime show.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Miami trailing. Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. They've got Dwayne Wade. Shane Battier is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Chris Bosh. And it's Allen in at the 2.
Well, and you love the way he searched for good shots all game long.
And Indiana has possession. Outside, Green for 3. Stevenson can't hit. Here's Miami now. LeBron dishes to Bosh. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Nothing fancy for him on that jam. Just a textbook flush.
Clarkey put it away without a moment's hesitation. Outside, Green. He kicks it to Hibbert. Covered by LeBron. Got a piece of it. And stolen by LeBron. Wade kicks to LeBron. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. And it's a 4-point Heat lead.
You know, when you watch Wade in recent years, he's really developed an outstanding post game with a lot of moves at his disposal, and it's based on excellent footwork.
It's stolen. And here's the fast break. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Ray Allen picks one up.
Got the shot to drop and has a chance for one more.
Boy, that was a tidy little play that time by him to get a chance at 3 points.
And Clark back to Wade in the post as you brought up. He has all the tools, don't you think, Steve, to go right at guards, right in that low portion of the lane.
Yeah, Dwayne Wade can pretty much do whatever he wants on the floor. I mean, he's got such great ability athletically, strength-wise, speed-wise. Makes him almost impossible to guard. And I think as you see him get older, we'll see him more and more down on the block, particularly if he works on that footwork, a la Michael Jordan late in his career.
And the Heat making a change here. Miller's checked in.
He couldn't make them all, but at least he got this game tied up.
It's a surprise to see him struggling to take care of the ball, guys, after turning it over only once in the first half. Boy, he wanted that one. Couldn't get it to go, but he will go to the line.
You know, Steve, that was just a case of him not quite being able to get it to go his way. When the Heat struggled early on last season, Eric Spoelstra was unfairly thrown on the hot seat. He kept his cool, though, very impressively, and the Heat turned their season around and the talk quieted down. That's a credit to Spoelstra.
Jeff Pendergraph's checking in for Indiana. Bosch passes to Wade. Passes it to LeBron. Out of bounds. And they retain possession. Back to Spoelstra at Miami. Clark, with the way the Heat finished, you have to think things will change. I know, Steve, you were very impressed with the way he managed that team in the postseason.
Yeah, I thought Eric Spoelstra was great. Now, a lot of people are focusing on the final series when Rick Carlisle stole the show, but to be fair to Spoelstra, he inherited a very difficult situation with a lot of talent but huge expectations. And I think Miami had a solid year, a very good year. The question now is, can they get back to the finals and finish the job?
Indiana leading. Here is Stevenson. He's got 11. It's rebounded by Bosch.
Solid advantage in the rebounding totals for them so far here.
You know, in every game, but particularly in a close game, every little advantage you can use helps, and they're certainly enjoying one on the glass here.
The Pacers pull it in.
That's an easy shot there. That's a shot that he should make more often than not.
Stevenson. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Ray Allen picks one up. And that one falls for Stevenson. And some changes here for the Heat. Joel Anthony comes in for Chris Bosh. And it's Chalmers in for Dwayne Wade. Both good from the line that time. The Heat trail by 3. Coach is liking Clark what he's seeing from his offense.
And shoot, why wouldn't he? I mean, guys, they're filling it up with ease, executing, getting quality shots. I mean, this is fun to watch.
Yeah, this is like a clinic out there, guys. This is exactly how you attack a defense. Move the ball, sharp cuts, and really a nice pace to their offense.
That's good. 21 points for LeBron.
Good things happen when he's working like that, fellas.
Now West. Green with the ball. Right side, Green. Hansbrough, a screen on Allen. George, defended by Allen. Green, no luck. And here comes LeBron. 21 points in the game. Jams it straight down. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Sure has been. I mean, guys, momentum is hard to come by in this one. I mean, it seems like one team gets the lead and then the other one storms right back.
Yeah, that is evidenced by the 8 lead changes we've seen so far.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on David West. First free throw is good. And some changes here for the Heat. Chris Bosh is checked in for Joel Anthony. Battier comes in for Mike Miller. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Ray Allen. And both free throws good for LeBron. Indiana trailing here. Now here's Green. He's got 14. Defended by Chalmers. George against Battier. Hansbrough drills the baseline jumper. Hansbrough's got his first points in this one. LeBron outside. Hansbrough defending. That's blocked. Here's Indiana now. They lead by 1. earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Looked like he hit him on the release of that shot, so good call by the official.
Very easy one there. It sends him to the line for a pair of free throws.
Roy Hibbert's checked in for the Pacers. He's perfect from the line this time. We've got 33 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's LeBron, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Free throw good, LeBron.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
It's a neck-and-neck game here in Indiana. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Green dishes to George. 6 on the shot clock. He's guarded by Battier. Knocked loose. George, defended by Chalmers, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. It's stolen by Green.
Great job defensively, getting out and forcing that turnover.
And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. It's more. Now, while we've got a moment, we're going to send it over to Doris Burke for our Spark of the Game, presented by Sprite. Doris?
Kevin, thank you. The spark in this game, we award the Indiana Pacers. It looks to be one of those games where everything falls their way, and if they can keep catching the breaks, they'll be able to ride this one out for the win.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And so in the game for the Pacers, they've got Roy Hibbert, West out there with Paul George, and it's Green, and it's Stevenson in at the shooting guard.
Well, the sweet shooting Ray Allen last year set the record for most three-pointers made in a career. Really just a testament to how dedicated he's been to the craft of shooting the ball.
And Clark, for Ray Allen, not only has he made a lot of threes, he has been tremendously accurate. Steve, he's one of only 40 players in league history to shoot over 40% from distance for his career.
And it's not just the percentage, Kevin.
Oh, and the jam by LeBron. Phenomenal play. Now the replay from the Sprite Slam Cam.
Well, it's been back and forth. Really good battle here.
Yeah, real strong battle, guys, and it looks like it may come down to which team has the ball last as far as who wins.
And West backs in. Goes up low, and it's good on the way in.
What a great game. This looks like it's going to go right down to the wire.
Well, you talk about what happens in close games. Mistakes are magnified. Both teams have to be very careful down the stretch here.
LeBron outside. Back to Bosch. Shot clock at 5. Allen kicks to LeBron. Cans it from downtown. LeBron's now got 7 points here in this quarter.
Boy, he's been so dependable here this game. Really playing well offensively.
A shot by West. And again, it's Indiana converting.
They are just lighting him up from mid-range area.
You know, sometimes we forget about the value of the mid-range or in-between game. This team has made 8 of their last 10 with that shot, the in-between shot.
Stevenson, it's blocked. And here comes the break. LeBron James on the wing, guarded by Green. LeBron outside. Makes the lead pass. Here's Bosch. Shot is blocked. And Indiana has possession. George passes to Stevenson. Now the Heat with it. LeBron James on the wing. Defended by George. LeBron can't get it to go.
He lost his focus there, guys. That's a shot he should make.
Whoops, they pick off the pass. And David West, the bucket on the assist by George. And the Pacers lead by 2. Here's LeBron. Now Green defending. LeBron outside. Feeds it to Allen. George against LeBron. Battier kicks to LeBron. Clock at 6. With 1 on the clock. No good. And Indiana will go the other way with it. Allen gets called for the reach. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And the Heat with some changes. Dwayne Wade's checked in for Allen. And it's Chalmers in for Udonis Haslem. Timeout called the Pacers. They're leading by 2. A minute 42 left to play in the final quarter. George Hill's checked in for Green. Ray Allen, he's checked in for the Heat. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to hear the advice Frank Vogel gave to his team during that last break. He laid out a plan for them to run on the next possession and then said, but the real key is our defense. This game comes down to whether or not we can get stops. Guys, let's see if they can do exactly that.
It's Allen on the wing. West picks him up. Allen for 3. Good.
That's now 6 straight points off open threes. Get a hand up, fellas. Pay attention to the scouting report.
Well, you know how quickly things can go south when you start giving up wide open looks to this team.
He's been doing a nice job taking care of the ball. Not many miscues from him in this one. That's his only turnover. He just got a little careless there, a little too relaxed. They can't let down at all right now.
Less than 1 minute left. Bosh. It's good.
This is exactly what happens when you allow Chris Bosh to get going.
On offense, here are the Pacers. Stevenson dishes to George. From deep three-point range, and it's D. Wade with the rebound.
I like the defense, guys, really getting a hand up and challenging shots.
Yeah, Steve, lurking on that shot, and that was a tough one.
Timeout called the Heat. They're ahead by 3. There's 39 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Battier with it. And here's Wade. Dishes it to LeBron. Defended by George. Shoots from 12, and the Heat get another bucket right there.
Yeah, this club well on its way to victory. A beautiful offensive execution.
Yeah, I like the fact it was wire to wire too, guys. A fantastic job for them.
There's 18 seconds left in the 4th. And the Pacers can't get it to go. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
You can't be happy about it, but honestly, at this point, the game's probably out of reach anyway.
First free throw missing for him. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. And they go to the intentional foul. Gets the first. That increases their lead to 6. And the Heat making a change here. Perfect from the line, and it's a 7-point ball game.
Clutch free throws there. He drained them all to raise the lead.
And stolen by LeBron. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. LeBron's now got 40 points. Shot to stop the run, and George with the stuff.
All business there, not messing around one bit. Flushed it right with one hand.
He never does, Clark. He never does.
Well, that's kind of his trademark, those slams like that one.
And so it's Miami winning this one. They came, they saw, they